All right, in this video, I have two pairs of slides from Under Armour. I wanted to compare these next to each other and let you guys know my thoughts. Now, you guys may or may not have seen, I did a video on a bunch of different foam slides, a tier list from firmest to softest, but I haven't tried Under Armour in a couple years, so I want to give these two pairs of slides a look because they look pretty interesting. But there are some pros and cons to both pairs of these things, and so I wanted to give you guys my overall thoughts on which one I like better of the two. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, straight out of the rip of this video, I feel like the rock slides are probably better than both of these. That's my personal opinion. If you guys have any pros or cons about the rock slides, leave a comment in the comment section. I haven't tried the newest version of them. I tried the originals and they were actually really good. Both of these, again, really good, but also have some issues in my mind on both pairs. No, I did get the white pairs of both of them. I think they were the cheapest of what they had available. Any which way, hopefully you guys find this video informative. And then I am working on, again, a finalized top 10 list of my favorite slides for this year because I've done the tier list and I've reviewed a bunch of different slides since then individually. The Hoka slides were excellent. The UFO slides were okay-ish. And then the Nike Calm slides were absolute dog trash. So I've had a bunch of new slides to compare since my original video of the tier list. And so expect that video very soon. Subscribe. Make sure you guys have that notification bell on when that video pops up. So this pair right here is actually the Under Armour Summit Fat Tire, which I'm familiar with the Fat Tire shoe, which is actually pretty dope. You can tell from the bottom of these, the tread is crazy thick. And then these are the Velociti Flow slides, which is something I'm also familiar with because I did a video on the Velociti Flow 3s or whatever those ones are called. And so this has the same sort of materials as that. So somewhat familiar on both of them, but also very different because these are in slide format. We'll start off with some information about these guys right here, the Fat Tires first, and then we'll get over into the Flows. Now the Fat Tires retail at $65, but you can get them on sale. If you guys are interested in buying either of these pairs, I will link them in the description as well as some of my favorite alternatives. Now per the website, it says these have a molded synthetic leather strap with a soft lining underneath for all-around comfort. Charge cushioning midsole absorbs impact and converts into responsive quickness, which we don't really need. And it has stacked cushioning that cups the heel for more secure fit. Durable rubber outsole compound uses unique traction lugs for unmatched grip and traction. Now the fit of these I would say are big. Like I'm usually a 9.5 and I got a size 10 thinking, okay, let's do that. Because in the Under Armour slides, I went down to a 9 and they were too small. The 10 in these was the wrong move. These are just massive, super big. If you have a really wide foot, you're gonna love this shoe. It's crazy good. Like if you have a really wide foot. I have a wide foot and size 10 is too big. It literally is like 2 sizes too big. So a size 9 would have been the right move for myself. And then maybe my viewpoints of this shoe would have been a little bit different. Now moving over to the Flow Velociti slides, they only say a couple things. It says it has additional width in the forefoot and heel to maximize stability for enhanced recovery. It also has a durable outsole with UA foam traction pattern. Now for the fit in these, I got a size 10 as well. And oddly enough, I would say the size 10 fits me just fine instead of the 9.5. I could wear socks in these and have a little bit of extra room. But overall, I would say the size 10 fits, which is interesting because the overall length of the shoes, it looks almost like the same, but they're not. If I went with the size 9 in these, I bet they wouldn't fit very well. So the size 10 was the right move. So comparing the overall comfort of both of these shoes, which is more comfortable, it's very interesting because I think actually the overall softness is softer in the Flows. Like the foam density is probably like a 28, 29. And then the Fat Tires have a foam density of like 30, 31. But if you put them on side by side, I think because of the thickness of the Fat Tires, this one actually feels softer on feet than the Flows do. This is my opinion. Again, leave yours in the comment section. It could be the lug traction on the bottom here, but the overall thickness on the Fat Tires are so much bigger. I would say, again, overall comfort is better on the Fat Tires than the Flows. Now, if you're looking for something that's more water resistant, the Flows is probably going to be the way to go because it is an all foam shoe. The Fat Tires have that synthetic strap, as I mentioned, over top, which if you get wet, of course, this holds water in, and long term, it's not the best move if you're going to the beach and stuff like that. Ruggedness or durability of the shoe, obviously the Fat Tire is probably the clear winner there just because of the lugs on the bottom of the shoe. But that being said, the Flow is actually pretty good as well because the Flows, if you guys didn't know, and I'm not trying to rhyme here, but the Flows actually feature that midsole outsole compound, which is also in like the Curry sneaker line, where the midsole and the outsole is like one unit. It's just the same thing. They don't have a separate outsole with the Flow technology. It's something kind of unique in what they offer. The Velocities sneakers are the exact same way as well. It adds for a nice different feel overall on feet. But the overall fit of both of these shoes is where things get a little bit weird. Now I mentioned the fit is true to size on the Flows and it feels a little bit big on the Fat Tires as well. If you have a really wide foot, I would say the Fat Tires are the better option. But here's where things get odd is because of the overall shape of this shoe. It's like It's so bizarre because it's so incredibly wide across the forefoot of the slides. However, the entry point right here is so minimal. It's a little bit difficult for myself to get my foot inside of the slide, but then when you do, it's like on such a huge, ridiculous platform for your toes. It's like too wide up here, a little bit too narrow in the heel. It feels like they should have shaved a little bit off here and put it in the back and then widen this gap section here, and I'd have like a better slide overall. It's just a weird fit for me. It doesn't like kind of form to your foot. A little bit small in places, a little bit big in places. It's kind of like you go in and try on a t-shirt somewhere and it's a little too short, or the shoulders are a little bit too long. That's the overall sensation I got when I would put these on feet. It just felt a little bit off. If they corrected all of that, I feel like this would be an incredible slide because the foam is actually really good. And I like the overall look and the presentation of what the Flow offers on this one, but again, the shape and stuff is just weird. So which would I prefer if I had to keep one of them? Honestly, it's weird. Like, I feel like I need this one in the right size, and then I would probably like this one better. However, I like the Flow better for what it could potentially offer if they change the things that I just mentioned. So a little summary: fat tires again retail at $65. The pros for me: very wide if you're a wide footer, has nice traction, and more comfortable than the Flows, in my opinion, with more cushioning. The cons are that it fits really big. I would go down a half a size, and there is not a waterproof strap. As for the Flow Velociti slides, the retail is $50 on these. The pros for the Flows, I would say that size 10 was okay for myself. I went up a half a size. I love the concept of what this slide offers. I think the overall style looks great. And in all honesty, Adidas Boost needs to make their version of this slide. Do an all Adidas Boost slide, but make it a little bit wider in the right areas, and they're going to have a grand slam, in my opinion. That's one of the things that Adidas Boost could do that would be really, really fun to see. So conceptually, I really like what they did here. And the last pro for me is overall, these are better looking than the fat tires, in my opinion. The cons, however, the shape is super odd. Very wide toe box area, but very narrow strap leading into the foot. Also, not as wide in the heel as the fat tires. And the last con is definitely the one that makes me go, okay, I can't really do this one, is it's really squeaky. These are some squeaky ass slides. Maybe it's just certain floors, but in my house, downstairs, super squeaky. Inside like Target and stuff, this thing is going to be crazy, crazy squeaky. And I don't know, sometimes when you have that on footwear, it's not as pleasant to be wearing them inside the stores. Costco, Target, my home, 3 places I live at all the time, and these would be squeaking around like crazy. So throwing that out there on cement, grass, of course, not probably a problem, but in other areas, this is going to be one of the most annoying slides that I've tried on because of that. If I had to give you guys some alternatives to both of these slides, a couple that I would personally recommend, the Hoka Recovery 3s are incredible. It's kind of like both of these slides combined into one. Just overall better experience on feet. Also, if you liked the idea of what the fat tire offers, but you need something more waterproof and something softer and squishier on feet, I would go with the Crocs Echo slides. Those things are also really, really good. If you want a little bit sleeker version of something like this that doesn't have the crazy squeak, I would go with the Adidas 22 slides. I think those are great, as well as the Crocs Mellow slides. Those are also awesome. I'll link all 5 of those options in the description of the video. Appreciate you all for stopping by and watching. Hopefully you guys found this video somewhat informative. It's been fun trying different slides out here and there. And if you guys have other suggestions for other slides you guys would like to see me check out, or that you could recommend to me even better, please leave a comment in the comment section. I would be greatly appreciated. Have a good rest of the day though. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching, and hopefully see you back on the channel for some more content soon. All right, peace guys.